Yo, yo, my necklace for this one. Don't make my hair. Don't make fun of my hair, YouTube. Let me put this chain on. Let me get all dressed up for my YouTube crowd, for my 10 viewers. Get my shades on. All right. Let's see. What do we got? I need something. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yo. It's the Shi-Fi podcast. Episode what? 57? That's my guess. 57. Yes, wow. Okay, 57. We're in the 50s. We're rolling. We're killing time. Let's see. It's 57. It's a good morning. Good. Whoa, I have a mask. Let me put on my mask. I want to see how it looks to my YouTube people. Is this the way? Boom. This is great. I would love to hear what I sound like right now. So shout out to YouTube right now, watching me have a mask on. This is a nice fit. I got a chain on, the mask, the shades, the black. Man, I look like I'm about to go out. So yeah, I'm gonna take this mask off. We're inside. We're safe. The virus. It is what it is. It's still up here, still making moves. We're adapting and learning. You can cry for a couple of days, but it's time to get going. Figure out new ideas, jobs. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those situations where the world's changing a little exponentially more than normal. So yeah, just gotta keep going. Let's see what I wanted to get off my chest real quick. Oh, almost got robbed on Easter last Sunday morning. I was just actually chilling. So my view. Oh, shout out to everybody listening on Spotify, Apple, watching and listening on YouTube and all that mess. Yeah, appreciate it. So almost got robbed on Easter. Robbed as in more like, so Easter morning, my view is the window. I can see everything. I can see what's happening in the streets. And so I see these two kids, and usually I've been seeing like a lot more normal people walking in neighborhoods, which is really weird. No one does that, but just because of the virus and everything. But usually there's always like an older, mature person. There's never been a situation where I've seen like an under 21-year-old just walking, because you don't do that. Like even like I haven't even done that. I'm not gonna walk unless like some old person forces me to. And so I'm looking, I'm like, all right, these two kids are like maybe 18 and it's 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, Easter. Like, nah. I know people. I know my age. I know my age group. And I was like, this doesn't add up. And so I was like, all right, they're doing something. And I see them, and I'm not trying to make eye contact with them, so I'm like ducking down a little bit. And I see them walking between these cars on the other side of this house. So I'm like, all right, they're doing something. And and then one of them came up to the driveway at our house. And I'm like, what is going on? And first thing that comes to mind is they're looking at see if there's packages like being placed. That's like basic 101 robbing. So I was like, okay, I get it. Like I get the hustle. Gotta feed your family and all that mess. And so I'm like, all right, let me get my dad, because I know like he has like cameras and stuff. I'm just like, something ain't right. And so I get up, and then next thing I see a kid just sprinting sprinting back to where like they came from walking, and I was like, yeah. So I I I peek over, and like two houses down across the street, um, a woman's like, the good old middle-aged woman yelling and pointing type of look, and like, oh, they caught them. And um, so so one of them started sprinting. The other one was just walking. Maybe he didn't want to like look suspicious, which it's too late for that. And so I was like, um, you get caught on the most basic robbing, like it's kind of bad. And so those are bad robbers. And so like if you're gonna be a criminal, you gotta be smart about it. And so I we talked to the person who caught him. They're like chased him away type of thing, and called the police and all that. And apparently they were opening the car handles, which is kind of genius. Just seeing if it's open. I was like, oh, that's I've never really like thought about that. Like that's a very neat idea. I've always seen like, hey, people looking through the cars to see if there's anything valuable, but just straight up, just casual, just opening, like, and all that mess. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so apparently the police caught him already. I don't know how that happened. Um, and then later on, we found out that one of the neighbors on the other side, from where I thought they were coming from, had already robbed um, this one truck, like just taking things. So they weren't really like stealing cars. They were just like finding, like just trying to steal things from inside cars. So they were successful once, but after that they didn't. So I don't know. That was such a like weird situation. I was like of all days, Easter. Like, come on. Like even like criminals got to take that day off. But mm, mm, just a normal day in good old Grand Prairie. And also the next day, something happened. I don't know. People getting desperate for money. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Like, I respect criminals because it's like you have no option. So it's like if you go to jail, then hey, that's slightly worse than being hungry. Like, I don't know. It's just like you have to have that mentality. Like a criminal mentality is not your normal person's mentality because you're well off. You have everything. But so yeah, I respect criminals, but you just gotta have a boundary. You gotta have a little boundary. But the next day, Monday, I see. I don't know why. I think I'm like the voluntary. I'm the automatic neighborhood watch person now, just because like this is my view. And so I know it's another kid. Again, I see so many people walking and stuff, but there's always like someone old around. And so see this kid, he's like 17, 18 with jeans on, just kind of rugged looking. And so I was like, all right, what is this kid doing? So he's just walking. I was like, okay, cool. He's just walking. And then he makes a sudden, um, what do you call it? Exploding direction the other way. I'm like, whoa, you're like his flow just changed. And so I'm like, all right, what are you doing? And so he like passed the house across the street from me, but he like suddenly like did like a little like a hesitation move, and went back a little bit and knocked at their house. Waited like 2 minutes, nothing happened, and then he continued, and I was like, okay, he's gonna knock at our house, but he didn't. So I was like, all right, okay, okay, okay. And then he didn't knock at the cross diagonal house from me. So I'm like, dude, you just randomly knocking on doors now. So I go out, and then he randomly selects this other house and knocks on their door. And I'm like, why are you doing this? You can't just knock on random doors. Like, there's definitely a plan in this guy's head. And so I think it was weird because I think 2 of the 3 houses I saw him knock on, they had empty driveways. But this one across the street from me had plenty of cars in the driveway. So I don't know. I was, if they were all empty driveways, then I would have been like, all right, he's definitely like um, checking out the spot and everything. So I don't know. We'll see what that plan happens. See if he comes around or anything. But yeah, that was kind of a weird situation that I thought of. Yeah, so had a bunch of interesting activity going on lately. But yeah, I don't know. Didn't think I would start this with stories. There's nothing else to talk about. Oh, I mean, sports music is kind of postponed. Sports is kind of postponed, except for this Michael Jordan documentary. I am intrigued. I am intrigued in this documentary. All right, let me take a sip of coffee before I explain. This is where I need a co-host. So yeah. By the way, my co-hosts are horrible at at the scheduling. No, it's fine. That came across wrong. So what is it? So the MJ documentary. I have a bad train of thought. So before, I was not looking forward to it because it was 10 parts of this, which is cool. But I was expecting it to be goody two shoe MJ, ESPN, typical. Look at MJ. I mean, they do the same thing with LeBron. Like, that's my dude. But they do the same thing with MJ, who's also my dude. And so it's like, I don't want to hear the goody two shoes, MJ. I've heard too much. I don't care. That's not really him. I like my documentaries with no BS. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not interested in it. I don't care. I'll peek at it, but I'm not gonna be like, this is must watch type of thing. So that's what I was expecting. Goody two shoes MJ. He's 6-0, best player ever. I like good stuff. But recently I've been hearing some interviews from the man MJ. He was saying, I'm scared that people are gonna look at me different after watching this. Huh? What? Scared at He's scared that his goody two shoes icon is going to be tarnished, which, you know, I get it from his personal standpoint. Just like, you want everybody to have a good perspective of you. You want everybody to think you're a good person, just like a good, genuine person. Yeah, so I don't blame him. But then that piqued my interest because I was like, wait, if that's the case, we're gonna see MJ, these actual stories, like these actual things of like MJ fighting teammates, punching teammates, gambling during games. His Now they're not going to touch this. They're not going to touch the part where he was going to be suspended from the. He's going to have a year suspension from gambling, and that's why he actually retired. They're not going to talk about that, but they're going to talk about a little bit. They're going to go up to that point. That's what I'm expecting, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Now, it sounds like I want the downfall of MJ. No, I want the realness of MJ. I want the real authenticness stories. And I want this from everyone. I want this from Bron. I want this for Wade. I want this for MJ, the second best player ever. And so, and especially like during the 90s where media wasn't prevalent, not everything you did was on Twitter the next day. Because if MJ was in this era, that gambling stuff would have been taken up really quick. It would have been like, yo, MJ is betting on games every day. And so he was able to get away with that in the 90s. And so it's just like, I don't want the downfall. I just want to hear the, what do you call it? When you persevere through something, the battles he faced. Because I think, this is about to get real deep, I think the people's battles and recovering from them is what makes someone great. Is what makes someone. I don't want to hear about your perfections. Like I don't want to hear about a perfect life. I don't care about that. I want someone that's been beat up 20,000 times and is still successful. I don't know. That's just how I look at things. And so, I think people get misconstrued, oh, what do you call it? You know what I mean? The LeBron, like, since I'm a LeBron fan, people think I'm an MJ hater. No, I am the complete opposite. I love MJ. I just hate the perfectionism that people like to put on it. And I'm not that same way with LeBron. I don't want the perfectionism, Bron. I don't care about that. So I don't know. That's just how I feel about things. If they show footage of like MJ, if MJ like swinging on Steve Kerr, oh man, that's all I want to see. I just want to see MJ just deck out a player during practice. Man, it's just like that was because that was MJ. He was this psychological killer on the court. He was just so confident. He was gambling during actual games. Do you know how confident you have to be for that? Like, that is, and I don't even think that's so awesome. That is so cool. I'm gonna have way more respect for MJ after this. It's so interesting. Like, okay, when he won the 4th through 6th championships, his second three-peat. He came back from retirement, won 3 in a row. Cool. That's a good old story. But winning 3 straight championships after your potential NBA suspension and going to play baseball, having I think his father passed away during that time. And I think that's like why he, like the quote unquote why he went to baseball. All that downfall, all that conflict. You come back in the NBA, win 3 straight again? That is so awesome. That is so awesome. That's GOAT stuff right there. I don't know. I think that's really cool. So when you can turn your misfortunes into fortune, that is like that's the epitome of life, man. That's just so cool. It's a J. Cole lyric, by the way. I didn't come up with that. If anybody was wondering, okay. Actually, it's my lyric. It's my quote. Don't. Let's not talk about that. Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. 10 parts. Respect for them moving it close. So that's good. That's good. Gives us something to watch. So yeah. I love MJ. I didn't want to. I hope like people didn't get the wrong misconception of me. I don't know. It's I don't know. Because like I'm not trying to point this at one person. They did this to all great NBA players. They put them on a pedestal. I get it. But knock them off the pedestal deservedly. If they do something bad, wrong, if they like not playing good, like you don't have to like fake this pedestal. I don't know. It's just something. It's like, okay, so like, dude, Dwayne Wade documentary that came out a couple months ago. I respect so much of Dwayne Wade, including the story of how I totally forgot about this. This is great. Like he has when he was dating Gabrielle Union, he had an affair and had a kid. That's crazy. Like that's bad. That's horrible. That's a horrible feeling. But the fact that he still included that in the documentary, I was like, kudos, Wade. Like, man, that is tough. That is tough. Like that document that when I saw that in the documentary, I was like, wow, he's actually including this. This is deep. This is has to be tough for him to talk about this. So yeah, it's just like I like the realness sometimes. I like I'm a basic person. Just tell me yes or no. I don't care. Nobody cares at the end of the day. But it's cool. It's cool to see the real story, not the story we've heard about MJ every day, all my life. I don't know. So I don't know. So everybody go watch it. It'll be interesting. It'll be cool. Um, what else? There's nothing going on. You know what? I kind of want to talk. I thought of this story this past week and wrote it down because I was like, wow, I have not told anyone this story ever. I don't. Maybe one or two people. I probably forgot though. But since I'm not by myself, I'll tell the story real quick. I'm a horrible storyteller, by the way, so bear with me. Um, Eighth grade, I went to this private high school. This is NBA related, by the way. I went to this private middle school, high school, 7 through 12 thing. So no, wait, I was a freshman. Wait, okay, no, actually, okay. So this is why I'm a bad storyteller. Freshman year of high school, I'm at this high school, duh. And we're a big basketball program. We're top 10 in the country, top of basketball. We're legit. We got future NBA players on our squad. And so freshman year of high school, I'm in a math class with it's like half sophomores, half freshmen. I was kind of smart, So some of my friends from the team were also in that class. So you get the jock squad. So I'm with the jocks, for that class because there was like three other people, three other basketball players in that class, and so sat in the same section type of thing. And so we're during our first test. We had the first test. And actually, so one of these three guys is actually a current NBA basketball player right now. You could probably figure it out if you get the ages right. And another one went to play football in Division One, and another one played basketball for a really good squad in college basketball. They made a huge wave. They were like a mid-major. They made a huge wave a couple years ago. So that's the squad, and me, I'm the accountant, a YouTube podcaster, musician, dude. So we're about to take our first test. It's like a week before, and one of the dudes comes up. He's like, "Yo, can you help us on this test?" And so this dude's like top recruit in the country. My 14-year-old self that loves basketball. Of course, like you're like, yo, this is like a cool situation. Like I get to help, like, and we were like cool. Like he wasn't like using me. He wasn't like, how do you say this? We weren't just friends because of that class. We were like, we drove in the same car. I've known him a year previous. Like, it is what it is. So I didn't think of anything. It was one test. How bad can it go? Huh. And so he's like, yo, can we help? AKA cheat. And so, what do you call it? So this is a 4-man situation. The other 3, they're not the smartest. They're not even, I don't want to say they're dumb, but they're going there. They were going there. But they were still at high school, private high school. They were just scared. 2 of them were new. And, I'm the smart one. I'm the A's person. Of course. I know everything. And so I'm like, all right, we'll cheat on this test. And so, all right, our strategy was 2 people, we would sit, 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back, and I would be one of the front people. So during the test, it was a multiple choice. I would circle A or something, and then I would like hold up my test a little bit. I was very good at this. I would hold up I was 14. Okay, everybody does this at 14. Hold my test up just enough to where it's not suspicious, but people can like look behind me. The 2 people can look behind me. And so our little formula was I would write down, have the test, and I would show the person to my left and then show the person to behind me. And so then whenever I show the person to the left, that person would show the person behind him. So that was the 4th person. So we had a good thing going. I was like, yo, B, C, D. We were killing it. I was like, I knew everything. Like, we're going to get A's and B's on this. They were like, yo, we're going to miss like 2 or 3 questions here and there. I was like, oh, this is a genius plan. We're going to be on the president's list. We're going to have 4.0s. Like, this is a great situation we got going on. I'm about to be in the NBA. Good old plans working out. However, later that day we go to workouts. We're like in the working out on the football field, and that teacher, I saw the teacher while we were working out, our math teacher, and he was walking up to our coach, and I was like, what's going on? And so she said that they cheated me and these 3 other people. And I was like, how? And I'm calling bluff. I'm like, how does she know this? Nope, I didn't cheat, blah, blah, blah. Comes to find out, she had A and B test. Yep, 2 versions of the same test, different order. My heart dropped. And yeah, I like died in my soul. I thought I was done. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh, what's about to happen? And so, man, we all failed, but I got away. I don't know. I don't know. I think just because I was the youngest out of the group, they were varsity players. I was the JV. I was the kid that all the coaches loved because I was smart and a basketball player. And they were like, "Yo, you can easily go D1 type of thing." And I was like, "I know." And so, they looked at me like this golden child, and so like no one could touch me. I was like precious. I thought they were still gonna like give me a failing grade or like suspend me something. I got off scotch-free. Is that how you say it? Scotch? Scott? I don't know. I hear old people say it. But I got off free. I got my normal test. They all failed. I remember this is like, I don't know. I'm not like, not even the race card can be pulled because like I was the only white person in this situation. Like even all the coaches, none of like, I don't know. So they just knew they were cheating off me. They were taking advantage of me type of thing. And so I think the coaches recognized that. They were saying, yo, we're gonna teach these other 3 people and we're not going to punish you at all. You just don't do that ever again. So I was like, all right, cool. So I don't know. That was an interesting situation. You know, technically helped a NBA player cheat in high school. You know, a little Derrick Rose situation. Um, not SAT, but it was just a test. It was just a test. That's the thing. I don't know. I was 14. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So yeah, I helped a player cheat. I don't know if I should get a gold medal or anything. Probably like a bronze. All right. What else do I have from that story? There's nothing else from that story. I always remember that one NBA player. He would like get scholarships at the Wazoo. He would get letters all the time, and whenever we would like drive to practice, I always remember this. He would like see these colleges letters, scholarships. He would throw them out the window. I was like, this is so G. This is so icy. I remember this one time. This was back when like DePaul was like horrible at basketball, and he got a scholarship. This was like when he was like a sophomore, or no, this was when he was a freshman, and he looked at the DePaul and he was like, "You want this, Shy?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't want it." And he just like chucked it out the window. I was like, "This is so cool." You just like throwing a 4-year scholarship out the window, like that is gangster. Oh, I sounded so white. Yeah, let's move on. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a funny situation. So I had to tell that story since I was like by myself today. So you know, there's a lot of weird stories like that. So no, that's about it. Let's do song of the week shout outs. Song of the week and shout outs. I don't know. What song of the week? I got this. Been through this before with this is a weird song because there's so many people. It's produced 2 of the 4 people who made the song are producers. You know how that goes. So Marshmello and Southside made the song and it features Giggs and St. John. Yeah. I like St. John. He's cool. This beat is nice too, so I get why they wanted to be credited Marshmello on Southside. So I like the song. St. John put down a verse. That's a great verse. Yeah. So you know, it is what it is. Song of the week shout outs. You know, I was thinking earlier, instead of doing shout outs, one day, maybe in the future, I want to do like just secrets. Like, does anybody have any secrets to talk about, just to like get off the chest? I think I need to incorporate that. So yeah, that's about it. Shout out to um yeah. Yeah, shout out to this friend I had that kind of helped me with this homework assignment in this program. It was a difficult assignment, so I appreciate the help. I love how I tell the story, how I shot this out after telling the other cheating story. But that was actually cheating. I like helping stuff with this assignment, but it was a 2-person assignment, so appreciate the help. Yeah, shout out to that guy. All right, well, thanks for watching. Peace. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm looking at this bed right now. I'm like, I'm about to take a nap. I got this new pillow. Yeah, life's good, man. Life's good when you get pillows. Thanks for watching. Peace.